To everything a season, and a time to every delight under the heavens. A time to bring forth, and a time to die. A time to plant, and a time to eradicate the planted. Alright, first and foremost, I want to say Kalalal, Yahawah, bahasham, yahawashi, bahasham, Kwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to all the brothers that's pushing this work in all sincerity and in truth. I'm the brother Yahawah from the James Kingston, Jamaica camp. Here with a quick lesson. This one is called Learn to Prioritize, and this is in the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 3 verse 1. It says, to everything a season, and a time to delight, to every delight under the heavens. A time to bring forth, and a time to die. A time to plant, and a time to eradicate the planted. Right? A part of this truth is learning how to be in order, learning how to prioritize things and be in order, and be firm in enacting the orders or agendas you have put in place. Right? So let me get the word prioritize. Now this is the word prioritize from the web dictionary. It says prioritize, designate or treat something as being very and most important. As being very and most important. This word is the most important instructions that has been given unto us. Right? So we should designate the word above all things that we have to do. Right? It say determine the order for dealing with a series of items or tasks according to their relative importance. Right? So the order of dealing with a task according to their relative importance is placing the most important one at the top. Right? Now, if you are adequately capable or skilled in time management, and you assign a time to do a lesson that is pertaining to the scriptures, you make sure that when that time comes, that is the most essential thing that you're doing. So if you're going through your day and you're doing your task, your daily task, and you're clearing your agenda for the day, make sure that when the particular assigned time comes for declaring this word of the Heavenly Father, for enacting the word of the Heavenly Father, the word is deemed as the most important event that is supposed to take place. You cannot pass it over as all you do with other stuff. Right? This is the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 5 verse 7. It says, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance, because there is a time for everything under the sun. So when the time to declare and turn unto the Lord, need not tarry. Right? Because then the wrath of the Lord will come upon you, man. Right? Because you feel as if you're in your security. But when you refuse to turn and to give the Lord due diligence, the protection of the Lord is removed from you. Henceforth the wrath cometh forth. Right? So always try to remain within the mindset of enacting the Lord's word through the best of your ability. That's why in the book of St. John chapter 9 verse 4, yahawashi said this: I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work. So you should be of the like mind, trying to do and enact the word of the Heavenly Father to the best of your ability. Right? This is the book of 1 Timothy Slacker, bear with me. 1 Timothy chapter 4, starting at verse 12. Let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of the believers in word, in conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, in purity. These are priorities that are supposed to be at the forefront of your character, right? Learning to enact the word so that you can be so that you can be an example to the believers, right? Making your way of life in charity, in spirit, in faith, in purity as an example to the believers. Prioritize these traits to the glory of the Heavenly Father, right? These things are supposed to be done at every instance of your daily life. Verse 13, till I come, give attendance to reading, to exhortation, to doctrine. So these are some actions that you're supposed to prioritize as well. With these actions, it basically fuels the spirit to enact the characteristics. Understand? So prioritize times when you're supposed to be reading and give attendance to doctrine. Neglect not the gift that is in thee, which was given thee by prophecy, with the laying on of hands of the presbytery. Meditate upon these things, give thyself wholly to them, that thy profiting may appear to all. Take heed unto thyself and unto doctrine, continue in them, for in doing this thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee. So you have to give diligence unto these things, prioritize these things, put these things at the forefront of your life, right? Put the instructions at the forefront of the Heavenly Father, at the forefront of your life, and make not tarry to turn unto him day to day, man, right? Put not off from day to day. And a good example of this is in the book of Nehemiah chapter 6, and I'm going to start at verse 1, because Nehemiah demonstrating the true firmness and resilience that you're supposed to have in enacting the word of the Heavenly Father and the instructions of the Heavenly Father with all diligence, without forfeiting it at all, right? This is Nehemiah chapter 6 verse 1. Now it came to pass, when Sanballat and Tobiah and Gershom and Arabia and the rest of our enemies heard that I had built the wall, and that there was no breach left therein, though at that time I had not set up the doors upon the gates, that Sanballat and Gershom sent unto me, saying, Come, let us meet together in some one of the villages in the plain of Onon. But they thought to do me mischief. And I sent messengers unto them, saying, I am doing a great work, so that I cannot come down. Why should the work cease whilst I leave it and come down to you? So this is supposed to be a response to the mindset that you're gonna have that goes against doing the work of the Heavenly Father, right? Any distraction that comes up that try to deter you from prioritizing the words of the Heavenly Father, from enacting the words of the Heavenly Father, from demonstrating a true characteristic of a righteous character, you should respond in like manner. I am doing a great work, so I cannot come down. It's just the same as I am doing the work of the Heavenly Father, so I cannot steer out of this direction. I cannot steer out of this path. So it continues. Why should the work cease? Why should portraying the glory of the Heavenly Father cease? Why should you leave it? Why should you turn away from it, man? Right? So it continues. Yet they sent unto me 4 times after this sort, and I answered them after the same manner. So this distraction, anything that's tried to come over and put itself in priority over over what the Heavenly Father has put in place for us, is going to come many times. It's going to try to get us out of the way, try to get us off of the work, try to get our frame of mind out of the path of righteousness, right? Out of our priority, out of the thing that is of most importance, right? But yet still, your response is supposed to be the same. Then sent Sanballat his servant unto me in like manner the 5th time, with an open letter in his hand, written, wherein was written, it is reported among the heathen, and Gashmu said it, that thou and the Jews think to rebel, for which cause thou buildest the wall, that thou mayest be their king, according to these words. And thou hast also appointed prophets to preach of thee at Jerusalem, saying, there is a king in Judah, and now shall it be reported to the king according to these words. Come now therefore, and let us take counsel together. Then I sent unto him, saying, there are no such things done as thou sayest, but thou feignest them out of thy own heart. So there are going to be things in this truth that are going to try to distract us from the priority that we're supposed to put at the forefront of our life. But you're supposed to always know that them imagine these things out of them own heart. The demons and spirit that's coming up against us are trying to get us out of the way of the most important things that's supposed to get done, right? Which is to enact the word of the Heavenly Father, put the instructions of the Heavenly Father at the forefront of our life, and make not tarry to turn to him day to day, which also includes doing videos, man, teaching the flock. That's it. That is what Yahawashi said to Peter, thou lovest me, then feedest my flock. So this is one of the most important enactment of the words and instructions of the Heavenly Father, right, that we're supposed to do from a day-to-day basis, and make priority to enact these things, man, right? And with that, I hope this lesson was edifying unto the elect. I hope the point was made clear. And with that, I want to say shalom.